Tonight, I'm at row 145, perched on the 45th floor of Grosvenor House in Dubai Marina. With just 22 seats, this intimate space is designed as a progressive journey that unfolds across 3 rooms, blending theatre and gastronomy into a single seamless experience. The name Row stands for refinement of work, and that ethos is evident in every detail of the experience. In 2024, just 10 months after opening, it was awarded 2 Michelin stars. The restaurant is the creation of British chef Jason Atherton, a Michelin-starred and multiple award-winning chef with 16 restaurants across the globe, having trained under legends like Pierre Kaufman, Marco Pierre White, and Gordon Ramsay, before building his own global group. The kitchen here is led by Chef Daniel Birk, who has been part of Atherton's team for over a decade before taking the reins at row 145. The tasting menu is an odyssey of flavors built around precision, creativity, and storytelling. Every element, from the service to the setting, is designed to feel intimate, meticulous, and unforgettable. Let's see what row 145 has in store for us tonight. Straight out of the lift, I was shown to their champagne lounge, a very British relaxed cigar lounge style space where I settled into a deep leather armchair with a glass of rosé champagne from Perrier Jouet. There was an incredible selection of pairings ranging from around 1200 to 5500 dirhams, along with plenty of options by the glass and bottle. I opted for their non-alcoholic wine pairing, although I am slightly skeptical of non-alcoholic wines, but was intrigued enough to go for it. And shortly after, head chef Raoul came over to introduce himself and serve the first bites. The Amuses were a culinary journey around Hokkaido, starting with Niseko Kaributo, a semi-hard cow's cheese used in their takoyaki, filled with a sauce which was their take on a Welsh rarebit, topped with a slice of cheese and dots of oyster sauce gel. Next up was their interpretation of Thomas Keller's Oysters and Pearls. A nori meringue, cucumber jelly, caviar, and then a bavois with oysters. It's so intricate as well, the little flowers and everything. I can get behind that as an oyster dish from Nine Cala. It's briny, it's salty, it's oceanic, and then right at the end you get that slight sweetness coming through from the meringue. Overall lovely. That was followed by Ankimo monkfish liver from Otaru Prefecture with hibiscus jelly, beetroot crisps, and orange. The texture from the crisps with the creaminess of the liver was delicate, decadent, and really well balanced. There is slight residue from that cracker crisp. And for the final of the opening bites, A5 Wagyu from Saroma, a nori tartlet shell filled with a smoked eel emulsion topped with beef tartare and finished with a smoked eel kabayaki sauce set into a jelly and then finely chopped. That is an absolute explosion of flavour in your mouth. The beef to me kind of exists there as a texture. Not getting any of that beefy flavour. What's really coming through there is that smoked eel flavour. My favourite out of the 4, easy. Those you could just like pop them. After a spectacular welcome from the chefs, I was shown to my seat, a front row view of the kitchen at their counter. Waiting for me was a personalised envelope with their menu, 11 courses priced at 1345 dirhams. I chose to go in blind and left it unopened.
Getting started with our non-alcoholic pairing, and the very first is going to be with Chablis Premier Court. For your first course, so first of all, we've got Norwegian langoustine, and secondly, you find our Bakun Uni. This is our sea and chili sauce from Hokkaido. On the bottom of the bowl, you'll find a savoury custard that we've made from all of the langoustine. It's been roasted up and then topped with a light tartare from the tail. Above this, we have a layer of tosatsu jelly, to which we layer on our Bakun Uni. We glaze this with a little bit of likiri sauce. Finally, you have our fresh sudachi.
On the nose, if you close your eyes, you can imagine this being a white wine, but then on the palate, there's so much citrus. It's a really, really great pairing, but I'm not convinced on the wine bit. It doesn't taste like a Chablis that I've had before. This though, I love this. It's creamy, it's fresh, it's oceanic. There's a lovely, lovely nuttiness and umami running through there as well. For the next pairing was their take on an Hermitage Blanc, Japanese nashi pear infused with quince and finished with touches of honeycomb.
We have the amaibi, it's a sweet shrimp, serving it in its best form, which is raw. Alongside that, we have paired it with some amela tomatoes, which is then set as a jelly in the base of the bowl. Alongside that, a dressing which is made from a curry leaf oil and finished with some finger oils. Lastly, a light sabayon, which has been made from salted duck egg yolks, which had been cured for 1 month.
Huge fan of the textures on this one. I mean, flavor-wise, amazing, but the textures is what really gets me. The snappiness of the shrimp, the crunchiness of the finger lime, the buttery smooth of that sabayon comes together so beautifully. Ooh, melon juice. Okay. Curious to see what that's gonna pair with.
Or hand-rolled soba noodles. The noodles itself are just blanched and served slightly chilled. And then we pair this with some beautiful Norwegian king crab. On this course, you're going to have some of the body meat of the crab, which is lightly dressed in some yuzu and wasabi oil. And then on top, there's a little condiment, which is made with salted and marinated green onions. So with this one, please mix everything up.
The first thing that you get is that perfect al dente texture on those noodles. Oh, it is perfection. Once again, that melon juice pairs so beautifully with this. It's not wine, it's not sake.
What I poured into your bowl next is a light dashi pre-made from all the roasted bones of the crab. For this one, please don't get directly out of the fillet.
Wow. This dish feels like traditional soba I've had in Iran. They're really well executed. And of course they've refined it. Excellent. Comfort food in a bowl.
The chopsticks have my name on them.
Nice little personal touch. For the king crab finale, the leg was lightly fried in a crisp, aerated batter and served alongside an emulsion of yuzu and koshu.
There's no queen ready yet.
Light, airy, crispy, crab cooked to perfection. I mean, what's a lot to like about that? It's craft tempura.
We take inspiration this time from a Sauvignon Blanc. To do that, we start with a paste of canisid apples and we blend with an extraction of a green bell pepper juice, finish with a touch of lemon verbena.
It's called Puchanjaga. It's on the mountains of Yotel in Hokkaido. They visited edge for 540 days.
What we do with them is we actually treat them like a jacket potato, in that we bake it in the skins, season on top with a jam that we make with some salted kombu seaweed, some bluefin tuna otoro, topped off with our N25 caviar. Have some culture cream that we make in-house, which is lightly smoked with a touch of green yuzu zest.
Whoa.
That potato's got such a sweet, sugary profile for it. That is amazing, but so strange because it's got so much sweetness in that potato. Yeah, that glass of champagne wasn't the best idea. I'm already starting to feel a bit. I think I might have put a bit too much on my itinerary. It's coffee time. No, we're not up to dessert. It's been a long day.
We have our beautiful truffles back. It's some kosher rice. We're playing with a lot of autumnal flavors in this one. Some matsutake mushrooms. Alongside that, some ginkgo nuts, which have been roasted over a fire. Small sea salt on top as well. Covered in a very light mousse, which is made with cyan chestnuts. And some 60-month beige parmesan as well.
So this is a supplement course. Mushroom, cheese, truffle. I mean, come on, so comforting, warming. The cooking on those mushrooms, they were firm, they were supple. Every single individual grain of rice coated beautifully.
We continue with the next wine, which is an inspiration of Riesling, to start with a Chinese tea, which is a T1 tea. We infuse it with white fishes, and to mimic the petroleum characteristic, we do an infusion with white truffle. Now the bread that we serve is a shokpan style, which is served with a bus on the side. Now the bus has been flavored with roasted chicken skins and roasted yeast. On top, some fermented hatta honey as well.
Next up was aka amadai, red tile fish from Yamaguchi Prefecture, prepared in the rokoyaki style, where they leave the scales on and continually baste with hot oil. This crisps up the skin and scales while gently cooking the fish. Underneath was cuttlefish XO, aubergine, and a touch of yuzu, with a sauce inspired by the chef's favorite ramen. Super salty. Bit of spice in there as well. Did I be able to get another double espresso, please? I'm trying to keep it together. It's struggling. Oh,
Just gonna soak your bread freshly.
I appreciate it. It's gonna be wasted. I don't have the stomach real estate for it.
Even if it's a tiny bit.
Thank you, much appreciated. I just feel bad because the work that goes into these things, and it's just gonna sit there.
One and only red wine inspiration of the evening. We start with Merlot that we infuse with steamed black currants, and then we do an infusion with Agaspa olives, and of course an infusion with cheddar wood to keep the oaky characteristics.
And I've had that olive comes through just in the background. The nose is more prominent, but on the palate, it's more like the sweetness, sharpness, acidity of the black currants. I actually quite like this one. Coffee time, number 2.
So we're on to your main course next. Scott pigeons. These have been aged for a period of 1 week. Serve this with some beautiful saute sticks from Provence. Some are made into a hoisin sauce, some black garlic, while some are just lightly macerated in an elderberry vinegar. In the sauce, you'll find some pickled elderberries, smoked shiitakes, and then a light drizzle of some figgy oil.
Firstly, the pigeon, cooked to perfection. I also loved how they utilised the fig, not just for the flavour profile, but then the tiny little seeds in there is adding that slight crunchy texture to it. This dish is, I think this one's my favourite, even though I haven't even gotten to the thing yet. It's sweet, it's tangy, it's salty, it's savoury, it's got everything from there. The textures are spot on across the entire dish. And then there's this. As soon as you start biting onto it, the first thing that hits you is that oily residue that just completely coats your lips from the skin. Just glistens from all the fat on it. And it's got a lovely saltiness to it as well. Really like that. This dish ticks every single box. Oh, well done. I wish I could finish it, but unfortunately I just can't. It's amazing.
This is your second serving of our pigeon. In this one, we make it into a dim sum, where we make a taro puff filled with a sausage made from pigeon and a touch of foie gras in there. We serve this with a little dip made from aged black vinegar and some pickles in.
The intensity and the meatiness of that little sausage ball inside. Oh, that pigeon dish was spectacular.
We are taking inspiration from the pork wine. So what we do on this one, we start with a base of goji chutney that we fuse with dried figs and butterscotch, and we finish with a touch of cocoa and each and sweet spices such as cinnamon and star anise.
Cheese curls, where we showcase the incredible British cheese. So on the base, you have an old tartlet filled with a soft fabric custard. We cover it with a tempered white chocolate, finished with some bourgeois and Alison flour.
My kind of cheese balls that I enjoy. Very faithful to me personally. I'm not the biggest cheese person, especially when it comes to more those pungent, when they dress it up like this and they layer it and they add some like the white chocolate for the sweetness. Works really, really well. After adding the cheese, going back to this pairing, actually completely mellows out that almost spiciness. And there's more, I'm finding there's more of a sweetness running through there now as well. Still a bit too sweet for me, but yeah.
Next up is our pre-dessert, Raka Miso, coming from Aichi Prefecture. This one's been aged for 3 years. On the base, you'll have mousse, which is made with the miso and some mugichar, so roasted barley. Then you also have the barley molasses in there, and then the arch bean made from Raka Miso, topped with some spot sea salt.
Do you know what's strange? If I wasn't told that it was miso, this could almost be a chocolate-based dessert. It has very similar characteristics and profiles to chocolate. And they didn't skimp on the salt either. There's salt in every single bite there.
For this one, starting with a milk oolong tea, infuse it with cocoa sugar and Tahitian vanilla. We blend it with apricot, mango, and passion fruit puree, and we finish with a touch of late harvest Sauvignon Blanc juice.
Yeah. Main dessert this evening, showcasing the seasonal Japanese fruit. At the moment, we're using the Shan Muscat grape from the Okayama Prefecture.
So if you see, this one has got the peel on, and that one has been peeled. Of course, traditional Japanese kakigori, shaved ice.
On the base, you have a kabosu pose, and on top of that, we have a cucumber and sake chili. Sorbet made with Shan Muscat, and on top with some fluffy ice made with shishots.
Okay, well to start, I love these grapes. For anyone who hasn't had these grapes before, essentially the flavor profile is, think about the grapiest grape flavor as if they've just injected the entire thing, and it's not too sweet, there's no sourness, it's just perfect. I mean, Japanese do the fruits so well. That's so interesting, so though. I don't think I've ever had peel's grape before, but so that takes away almost that crunchy, that first bit that you crunch through, and it goes straight to, you just have the meatiness of it. It's just the pure grape flavor. Actually really good. Gonna have to get somebody to peel my grapes every time I have them. Kakigori is one of the perfect dessert. Because it's light, it's airy. And also, you get the freshness from the cucumber. There's a slight citrus. You do get almost that slight mintiness coming through from the shiso. After a walk through their display cellar, I was shown to their chef's library, where Chef Helene introduced me to the first of the smaller bites. This began with tea and cake, cold brew of hojicha, roasted green tea from Kyoto, served with black sugar and hazelnut financiers, alongside 2 creams. One was milk oolong, and the other was made using a local tea, karak, a black tea infused with spices.
Oh, you definitely get that tea flavour profile coming through. Oh, that's lovely.
The next course will be a chocolate tart. We normally pair it on the pairing with the dessert one, the ratafia. Do you like that?
For the ratafia, we have the classic fortified wine of the Champagne region.
Sweet, caramel-like, get almost that sultanas.
So now what I'm bringing for you is our warm chocolate tart. For this, we are using sobacha, which is a Japanese roast black with tea. We use this with 43% milk chocolate, and we finish with a 70% dark chocolate.
I could smell it. I know this is going to be rich and intense.
It's really well balanced. Not too much at all. I was worried that was going to be way too intense.
So the first 3 chocolate bonbons, we have Shizuoka wasabi, our version of Dubai chocolate, and the classic after 8. Continue with the fudge that is made with Banolfi and Seps. Then we have the macaroon made with pumpkin spice and saiko miso. We have our mochi made with genmai cha ganache, rhubarb and custard pate de fruit. We have the cannoli and raspberry with lychee.
Honestly, the artwork, the way everything's themed, it's so well executed. So on the final bites now. Last up we have this cannoli.
Crispy, nice caramelised there. Fluffy interior.
Next we have
Their version of the Dubai chocolate. Excellent ratio of knuff in there. Get a really good crunch going.
And we are finally here. The final bites for tonight is this wasabi chocolate.
Yes, I'm going to have the whole thing because I love wasabi. If you like wasabi, that is incredible. I love that.
The total for today, excluding the complimentary aperitif and the many caffeine hits, came to just over 2,300 dirhams. Normally, I film my outros straight after dinner. Last night, I just completely crashed. Another tasting menu earlier in the day, and the fatigue just hit hard, so this one's on me. Row 145 deserved a clear head and a proper outro. All 3 of the areas blend Japanese and British influences. Plush leather armchairs, dark wooden flooring, and beautiful artwork throughout, some of which even has lovely playful twists to them. That library, that could honestly be a cigar lounge in Mayfair. I really love the continuity between the rooms as well. It was just nice to see those subtle little things carry through to the different spaces. And my seat? Undeniably the best in the house, with a front row to watch all the chefs in action. The service? From the full escort up to the 45th floor and Sky's warm welcome, to the guided tour of the lower floors when I needed to clear my head. The hospitality here was exceptional. And the team? Sharp tailored suits with ties to match, yet utterly unfussy in their manner at all. It is so relaxed and friendly there. Service was warm, friendly, razor attentive without ever feeling overbearing. And a special thanks to Rahul, who was pretty much on standby the entire evening to help me out when I forgot various ingredients, elements, even in the library when I completely forgot what I was drinking. I'd blanked on many occasions, and he was there to help me. And to top it all off, they managed to find me a sugar-free Red Bull. That level of thoughtfulness sums up the service perfectly. And now onto the food. Big flavors, strong Japanese influences, beautiful platings, and some gorgeous tableside touches. I love a bit of culinary interaction. Even though I did struggle a little bit to finish some of the later courses, what I did have was outstanding. The pigeon was easily my favorite dish of the evening. Every single element Flavor, texture, ingredient pairing, technique, that was perfection on a plate for me. The entire menu, everything came together so cohesively from start to finish. As for the pairing, I did go with a non-alcoholic pairing, and they do kind of market it as a wine pairing. While I didn't necessarily enjoy some of them, the pairing worked really, really well. It's not wine. I did really enjoy that they served them in wine glasses, and by the time you're watching this, I've most definitely dined at Row on 5 back home in London. And as always, thank you for watching. On to the next one. Goodbye.